Welcome back to the channel. Today we make our first foray into the Champions League in this particular series, and we have a London derby. Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode 27 of Irons in the Fire as we try and make West Ham good and great again. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two games. As I said, our first foray into the Champions League this season, or this series should I say. Shakatar are our opponents today at the London Stadium, and that will be our first game up. Second game up is a London derby against the other big wigs in London. We had them a couple of seasons ago as our beta save. Chelsea, they will be coming to the London Stadium to visit as well in Premier League Match Day 5, and that those are the two games that we are playing today. If you do enjoy today's video, please leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think of the series so far, think where we're going to go with this, and whether we may win the Champions League, etc, and just let me know what you think altogether. Since you were last with us, we have played no games as far as I remember. Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest in the last episode, a 3-0 win against Bournemouth, and a 2-1 win against Nottingham Forest. Thomas Souček, of course, off to a reasonable start this season. 2 penalties, one against Brighton, one against Manchester City. He's then scored in the game against Bournemouth. In fact, he scored 2 in the game against Bournemouth and scored again in the game against Nottingham Forest. So apart from the game against Newcastle, he scored in all our Premier League games this season. Let's hope he can do the same in the Champions League, and of course that would be rather splendid. I'm not sure whether at the end of the last episode we did have a look at the Premier League table. I might have missed it. If I did, I do apologise, but just to tell you that we are top. It stands on goal difference from Manchester City. Same form, 1-4, drawn 1 of the last 5, and the draw was against Manchester City, as it turns out. 4 points clear of Liverpool, Chelsea, Aston Villa, Wolves and Brentford, who take up the remaining European places. Crystal Palace just outside on 8 points in 8th place. Burnley, Leicester and Brighton, teams really to get going properly as yet, although Burnley are in touch with Everton and Newcastle, who are just sitting just outside that relegation zone. Right, first up today, of course, is Champions League, and of course the new format starts this season in our save, next season in reality, 23-24 season, of course, and that's not right. 24-25 season. Yes, put it right, Mark. So this is how it has drawn for us, as you see. For those of you who are, I'm sure you are aware of it, but I will go through it again just in case you're not. Very quickly, there are 36 teams in this league, and how it works is everybody gets drawn against 7 other opponents. 4 games at home, 4 games away. And basically, you've got to try and get yourselves into the top 8 teams. The top 8 teams go through to the knockouts, last 16 automatically. The next 16 teams, so teams between 9th and 24th, will play off against one another and make up the other 8 teams in that round of 16. And obviously we'd like to go there automatically, but it's going to be a bit of a tough effort for us because we've got Paris Saint-Germain and Ajax, as it turns out, in our group. So, well, I say in our group, in our list of teams to play. So it's not going to be as straightforward and as easy as we think it may be, but that's where the target is. Try and get in that top 8, and that will get you through to the knockout stages. But you do have the fallback of a playoff stage should we end up between 9th and 24th. I'd like to think we could possibly go through automatically, but as I say, it's a bit of a tall order, bearing in mind we've got Paris Saint-Germain and we need to get results against them. They are coming up in the next episode, I hasten to add, so we will keep our eye out for them. If you did miss the last episode, just to reconfirm the itinerary that we've got for this Champions League this season, if we select the Champions League from here, we can select, we've got Shakatar at home, Paris Saint-Germain away in Paris, then Ajax in Amsterdam, Besiktas, they come to visit, Rangers come to visit, Leipzig come to visit, and then we've got 2 away games, Copenhagen and Sturm Graz. They're the teams that we play at the end of the campaign in January, and of course hopefully by then we will have got ourselves into a position in that top 8, or at least we hope that that is the case. Right, going back to the full screen, and we might as well get underway with the first game of today's episode. It's the Champions League phase, match day 1, and Shakatar have no team news. We have Saeed Benrahma, who's unregistered. Alvarez is suspended. I presume he's suspended from European competition, and James Ward-Prowse is doubtful with the damaged cruciate ligaments. Don't think he's due back anytime soon, is he? Where are we? Medical centre. We have a reasonably good bill. He's not far off, actually. 5 weeks to 2 months, so he's still a little way off. We won't be having him back anytime soon. Kudos and Mavropanos are back from injury. The lower back stress fracture for Mavropanos, but he's wanting to move on, so we've probably only got him until the January window at the worst. And Ollie Scarl's also coming back. He's been in shin splints, which not very nice, say the least. It isn't very nice. Right, so we haven't played Shakatar before in this series, so it's unknown quantity as far as we're concerned. Let's go and have a look at the team that will play our first Champions League phase match day 1 against Shakatar. And this is the team that will face Shakatar, and it's Areola in goal. Parisi, Friedel, Todibo and Kufal making up the defensive line. Carrera and Zuma and Souček are in central midfield. Kudos makes a start behind Bowen and Watkins up front. And then on the bench we have Mazulia, Emerson, Shabadic, De Thomas, Johnson, Kamada, Ings, Mavropanos, Paqueta, Mbuma, Casey and Orford make up the rest of the bench. And here we are with the Champions League screens. We're playing our usual formation of a 4-3-1-2. And Shakatar playing a 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder. Shakatar playing in a green colour tonight. And our first highlight, Friedel, Zuma heads it on. It's just over the top. I think it's gone for another corner. Or gone for a corner, should I say. It wasn't a corner, of course. It was a throw-in by Friedel. Boom. Oh, just over the top by Jarrod Bowen. Swung that in. And we'll see the Friedel one now. Zuma heading that on. And it was Parisi, actually, over the top. Goal kick now for Shakatar as they come out. Cut out by Souček, but can't head it down to anybody. Kufal cuts that one out. Zuma brings it down nicely to Parisi, who's in field a little bit, but he's gone on a run. He's gone on his own. He's gone on his own. He scored! And his first goal of the season. First goal in the Champions League. And after 16 minutes, We are a goal to the good. Parisi on his own, picked that up in midfield. A ball from Zuma. And then just really no defenders sorting him out. And he just kept going, really. All on his own. Kudos. Swings this one in. Todibo! And we'll see it again. Todibo heads that back across goal, but Souček cut the angle too tight. Corner on that far side. Bowen with the corner, and he's picked up an injury, I notice. Have a look at him at half-time. It's swung in. Todibo! And he gets his first goal of the season and our second in the Champions League. And on the half-hour mark, we are 2 goals to the good. We've changed to an attacking formation for the last 15 minutes of this half. And a lovely goal it was too. Friedel with a long throw now. He throws it in. Souček picks it up. Back to Friedel. Friedel crosses it deep. Watkins now has the ball just outside the area. Found Kufal in acres of space. Kufal crosses it in. Thomas Souček, his 6th goal of the season. Our 3rd today on 44 minutes. And, well, this is the sort of play that we wanted. And Souček keeps up his recent scoring form. Kufal the Mount supplying once again. Oh, goalkeeper made a mistake there. Goalkeeper's mistake. And highlight from kickoff. And Shakatar have it. And they've got the hard work to do at the minute. Of course, this league thing doesn't make a lot of difference. It's a long way to go. 7 games. Bowen winning that ball back. Bowen comes forward. He's cut inside. And he's still got the ball. He's come away with it. Got tackled by 2 players. Oh, it's gone wide. Bowen cut inside and he was headed off, but he got up and went on with it and continued to have a go. And in fact, I think it was Carrera who had the shot in the end. Half-time has arrived and we've had a very profitable first half. Parisi, Todibo and Souček the scorers. 15 shots, 9 on target, 3.40 and 43% of the possession. Need a bit more possession. They've had a lot of possession. Only 2 shots, 1 on target, a 0.14 on the XG. And before we start the second half, we're going to make one change. That injury to Bowen, and we don't want him out for too long. He has picked up a lower leg injury. Hopefully it's nothing too major. He wanted to stay on. He's had a good first half. But I think just for safety, we are 3 goals to the good. So it seems pointless having him on and making that injury worse or even possibly making it a long-term injury. So we'll take him off. Danny Ings replacing then Gerard Bowen at half-time. And throw in to Shakatar. And just wide. In fact, a save. It's gone for a corner. I don't know if it was a save or a block. Maxim with the corner. Swung in. It's headed back out. Only as far as Maxim's gone out for a throw, in fact. We'll see that again. And see who actually blocked this or saved it. Free kick on that far side. Parisi, who's also picked up a yellow card. Friedel. Zuma, who's playing in the central midfield role today. Kufal. Oh, that was a poor cross, but he's got a second chance. Carrera heads it down. Carrera then has a second chance and gets it to the goalkeeper only. Highlight is going to continue. Kufal having 2 bites of the cherry as well. Friedel heads that down to Kudos, who we've not seen too much of today. Souček, Todibo. Todibo edging himself forward. Souček. Kufal. Kufal now out wide. Crosses that ball deep. It's headed in just over the top this time. Who was that from? I think it was Carrera. I'm not sure if it was Carrera or anybody. It was one of these two. It was either Ings or Carrera. Got over the top. Well, in fact, we'll see it again now. Kufal doing what Kufal does well down that wing. From very wide. It was Ings, actually. Throw in for Shakatar on that far side. Cross that ball, but Bit of a wasted. Todibo now also picked up a yellow card. Zuma finds Souček. Souček through to Watkins. Watkins in the area, but it was a very tame shot in the end. And expect better of Watkins. Todibo under that one. Headed down by Carrera. Souček now on the ball. Kufal. What's he going to do this time? Is he going to get away? He cuts it back for Souček into the area. And Kudos is fouled. I don't think he was anywhere near the ball, but he was fouled. And the referee has gone to VAR to see whether it's a penalty. I've not seen one rejected yet. And it's not been rejected this time either. Who's going to step up for this one? Watkins. Ollie Watkins. Hey, puts it away. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. And it's 4-0 on 59 minutes. Ollie Watkins, 4th of the season from the penalty spot. And with 62 minutes on the clock, making 2 more changes. Mohamed Kudos comes off and Šamadić comes on for him. And we've also replaced Tilo Carrera in midfield. And Lucas Paqueta comes on to replace him. They have a corner now. It's a short corner. Pedrino. And that's well collected by Areola. Had it all the way by the looks of it. Throws that out to Parisi. Parisi comes forward. And marauding down that wing there. Šamadić into the area. Right on the button for Ollie Watkins. He's 2nd of the game. 5th of the season. And Šamadić, who's just come on. What a ball into the area. It was like planted onto Ollie Watkins' foot. And if Ollie Watkins had missed that, he needed shooting. Perfect ball for him. And with 75 minutes on the clock, making a final 2 changes. Fabiano Parisi, who's had a fantastic game, got a goal as well. He's picked up a yellow card, so we've decided to take him off. And we've replaced him with Emerson, who makes a run out for him. And the other change that we made is Kurt Zouma, who's had a fantastic day in that midfield. He's basically run the midfield. Souček takes his possession. And Lewis Orford, he gets his debut in the Champions League in that midfield role. Goal kick for Shakatar. Headed forward. Ings on the ball now. Ings out wide. He has Friedel inside him. Souček to Orford. Orford through to Watkins. Watkins on a hat-trick. Watkins gets his hat-trick. His 6th goal of the season. Wasn't doing much earlier in the game, but since he scored that penalty, he's had 2 absolute wonder goals. And, well, we are 6-0 up after 88 minutes. A lovely ball from Orford, who will get an assist for that. Perfect. And it's all over here at the London Stadium. It's a 6-0 win against Shakatar. And Parisi, Todibo, Souček and a hat-trick from Ollie Watkins, one of which was from the penalty spot, has given us the win. 26 shots, 15 on target, 5.87 on the XG, 49% of the possession. Shakatar had 4 shots, 1 on target, 51% of the possession. Just the start we wanted. The next game's not going to be so easy, though. Well, before we have a look at the table to see how we finish up after the first round of matches, can tell you some other key games that have been played and won today. Liverpool beating Leipzig 3-0. Manchester City beating Paris Saint-Germain by 2-1. Our next opponents in this competition. So they're off, both off to reasonable starts. Rangers are seeing amongst that lot a 1-1 draw against Feyenoord. So they're underway. And then in today's matches, Celtic beating Tottenham by 3-2. That's a bit of a humdinger, that one. Barcelona only managing 1-1 draw against Inter. Real Madrid beating Manchester United by 2-0. And, of course, our 6-0 win against Shakatar. So that's how we have got off, or start that we've got off. Let's have a look at the table if we can. Can we have a look at the table here? Yeah, view the league down here. There we go. That's what we wanted to do. I know it's only one game played and it doesn't really tell us a great deal, but we are top on goal difference at the moment. Obviously, a number of other teams are having won one game, and that's what we need to do. Keep going at, of course. Our other opponents, as I say, Paris Saint-Germain losing to Manchester City today. We've got Copenhagen that we have to play. Ajax, who got a draw from their first game. Can't remember who else we've got to play, but yeah, there you go. There we are for a good start anyway, and a clean sheet, which is also very, very splendid. Right, we have 3 days down to the game against Chelsea, a Premier League game. Match day 5. We've played them twice so far this series. A 3-0 win at the London Stadium last season in the Premier League, and then a 2-2 draw at Stamford Bridge in January. So we haven't lost to them yet, and don't let today be the first day. We'll be back if there's any news between now and the game against Chelsea. In fact, there is one bit of news I was going to tell you about. As we had hoped, Jarrod Bowen is only injured. He's got a tight calf, and he's going to be out for 1 to 2 days, so should be available for the game against Chelsea, which is good news. We'll be back if there's any more news. Well, not much news to tell you about in between, really. The early games today have been played. Manchester United have beaten Leeds United by 2-0. Brentford have beaten Burnley by 4-1. Manchester City only managing to draw against Crystal Palace, a 1-1 draw, which is good news. Leicester 3 and Norwich 1, and Tottenham beating Wolves by 1-0, and it means at the top of the table with a game in hand at the moment over the other teams around us. If we were to win today, we would have a 2-point gap over Manchester City, 3-point gap over Manchester United, and 5-point gap over, 4-point gap over Brentford, and a 6-point gap over Wolves in 5th place. So obviously a very tantalising day for us. Chelsea currently in 7th place on 9 points. They're playing alongside Liverpool and Nottingham Forest, playing in the late games. They're playing in the late game. We're playing in the 5:30 game. So let's go and have a look at the team then that will face Chelsea, and hopefully 3 points. And this is the team that will face Chelsea in the Premier League match day 5. 3 points are on offer, and if we can pick those up, we will stay top of the table. Areola in goal then. Parisi, Friedel, Todibo and Johnson coming in for Kufal on the right-hand side of defence there. Souček, Zuma and Alvarez in midfield. Alvarez, of course, coming in for Carrera. Souček moving over to the left. Otherwise, it is the same as the game against Shakatar. The other change that we're making for this game is Samadic makes his makes his debut, makes a start behind Bowen and Watkins up front. Mazulia, Emerson, Kufal, Mavropanos, Carrera, Paqueta, Kudos, De Thomas and Ings all on the bench. And this is how we face up. Won 4 of our last 5, of course. Playing our usual formation. Chelsea, they are playing a 4-2-4 effectively. 1-2 and lost 3 of the last 5. Chelsea in 7th on 9 points. We are currently 2nd on 13 points behind Manchester City, but with the game in hand, and this is our game in hand. Samadic with a corner. Swung in. It's headed clear, though. Bowen is there to pick it up. He has Friedel in support. Todibo. Back to Friedel. Friedel. Todibo. Todibo not looking very happy with the way through there. Souček. Souček, can he create something? Samadic comes deep. Friedel. No outlet. It's gone all the way back to Areola in the goal. Areola to Todibo. He goes scampering back. And Todibo comes forward this time. Shamadic again coming deep. Bowen to Watkins. Bowen picks it out. Shamadic. Souček into the area. Souček now crosses it back. Parisi just wide. Corner on that far side. It's a short corner. Bowen crossing it in. It's not cleared by Chelsea. Todibo! It's in the back of the net. Ollie Watkins with his 7th of the season. Question whether he's offside. I couldn't tell you. All I did was see it go in. I think it's been given by the fact we've got the highlight. Watkins, it's not showing as disallowed. It's showing as a goal. So I'm taking it is. Watkins, I think it was perfectly all right, to be fair. Zuma finds Alvarez. It nearly was short. Samajic. Alvarez again, but couldn't keep control of that ball. Chilwell sorts it out, and Raheem Sterling comes deep, but that's a poor ball by Sterling. Souček on the ball. Souček inside, and Samajic gets his 2nd goal of the season. Question of whether he's offside. It's going to be one of them games. His 2nd of the season, if it's allowed as well. Thank you very much, Samajic. And he's had a good start to the game, and he was onside, definitely. See the lines this time. There it is. Not much in it. I think it was this player here playing him on. Chilwell, Ben Chilwell. Samajic doing very well and puts it away. Parisi with a free kick into Bowen. Bowen picks it up. Tried to twist and turn there. Ooh, well blocked. And that was going to be another goal if it wasn't go. Johnson. Alvarez. Back to Johnson. Johnson now. What's he going to do? Johnson. Back to Todibo. Oh, poor ball by Todibo. And it's given away. And Datro is in. 1-on-1 here at the moment. Friedel gets there, gets a boot in. It's not cleared. Sterling. And they've got one back. Sterling gets his 1st goal of the season. It's 2-1 on 22 minutes. And from Todibo making that mistake, Friedel got a boot to it, but couldn't do much. And Raheem Sterling, he got a deflection off of Johnson. They have a free kick now. It's swung in. It's cleared. Alvarez, I think, Zuma, I think, actually gets head to it. Watkins as we break out. Parisi, Samajic into Bowen. Bowen! Oh, pulls that really wide. Lovely breakout here. Samajic, ball in for Bowen. And Bowen just pulls it wide. Half-time arrives. And we have a 2-goal lead. Watkins after 15. Samajic after 17. Looked like we were coasting. They got one back through Raheem Sterling on 22 minutes. 8 shots, 4 on target, 1.01. 50% of the possession against Chelsea's 1 shot, 1 on target, 0.16. Also 50% of the possession. Yes, we certainly were the better side of that half, but we need to be careful not to let them back in. 63 minutes on the clock. Samajic with a deep corner, and that shot over the top from Watkins. And with 17 minutes on the clock, making 2 changes at this juncture in time. Edson Alvarez, he's come off. He's got a yellow card. He's not having such a good day. We've replaced him with Lucas Paqueta, and Gerard Bowen also not having a good day. I'm wondering if he's still feeling a little bit of that injury picked up against Shakatar. And we've replaced him with Mohamed Kudus. Goal kick now. Kepa with the goal kick to Shalaba. And moving it around. Very deep. And they've broken out here. Oh, nearly cut out. But Chelsea coming forward. Datro here. Fofana is in. And Datro Fofana. Question whether he was offside. Ariella coming out and complaining. VAR will look at it. It's disallowed. He is offside. And it remains 2-1. We was on our thingies there. Ooh, not much in it. And with nearly 77 minutes on the clock, making 2 more changes. Friedel moves out to the left wing-back position. Just need to check, see if he can play as that inverted wing back. He can, but not on attack necessarily. So we'll leave him as he is. He moves out there in place of Parisi, and Mavropanos is Parisi's replacement. And we've also taken off Kurt Zuma in midfield and brought on Carrera. Todibo with a free kick to Friedel, who's moved out to that right wing-back position, or left wing-back position, should I say. Mavropanos, who's coming back from injury, of course. Mavropanos through to Carrera. Carrera threads that through. Didn't quite get it there, but Johnson picks it up. Mavropanos, Todibo. Todibo through, and ooh, surely that was a corner. It was. Didn't quite see who had the shot, but Samadic with the corner. And it's swung deep, but Kepa comes out and collects. And with 85 minutes on the clock, making our final change, Ben Johnson has come off, and Vladimir Kufal comes in on that right side. And we're looking now to see the game out with a 2-1 win at least. Samadic with free kick, pointing at the ball. I'm not sure why he's pointing at the ball, but he is winding time down into injury time, 4 minutes of which there is. It's Watkins on the edge of the box, has Samadic in space. Samadic, it's a goal. His third goal of the season. It's a 3-1 on 91 minutes in the first minute of injury time. And Samadic is starting to show what a good buy he was. Watkins, last man in, of course, in the transfer window. Samadic in acres of space, and he almost passed that in the back of the net. Kepa not getting hold of it. Highlight from kickoff, though. Jackson with the restart. Chilwell, and they come forward. We're going to have to be careful they don't peg us back again. And it could all be Kufal. Cuts that out, though. Samadic. Oh, it's a poor pass, really. Albeit, I think it was Watkins was running away from it. Seemed a bit bonkers, but Carrera cuts that one out. Friedel. Second minute of the added time of 4 minutes. As I said, Paqueta. Watkins to Samadic. Samadic through to Kudos. Kudos makes it 4. A question of offside. Kepa remonstrating. And it's a goal. He was onside. And we've broken the offside trap over and over again against Chelsea. Samadic, lovely through ball. Kudos bided his time, created the space, put it away. 4-1 on 92. Chilwell were thrown. It's not over yet. As we move into the 4th minute of added time. Chelsea not going to come back from this, I don't think. Kepa. Lavia. Colwell out to Chilwell as they try and come forward here, but it's cut out by Kufal. Carrera. Kufal done well since he's come on. Souček now comes forward. He's probing. Friedel crosses it into the area. Nobody there. Back out to Souček there. Souček back to Friedel. Friedel, and it's gone through. Friedel. Paqueta. Kufal. Watkins has a go. It's just over. And it's all over. It's a 4-1 win. No European hangover this time. And it's a very good win. Chelsea had 2 shots, of which 2 were on target. 0.31, 52% of the possession. We had 21 shots, 10 of which were on target, 3.27 on the XG, 48% of the possession. I think we will be top of the Premier League and top of the Champions League league phase as well at the end of this episode. Let's go and have a look. So there we are, everybody, as it played. The other good news is Nottingham Forest has beaten Liverpool by 4-3, which makes it rather interesting at the top of the table. We're 2 points clear of Manchester City at the top. Manchester United then in third on 13 points. Brentford are 4th on 12. Wolves on 10 in 5th. Then come Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, Chelsea and Crystal Palace, all on 9 points. Tottenham on 8, and in the relegation zone still Newcastle, Burnley and Brighton. So they've still got to get themselves out of that quagmire. Burnley losing to Brentford 4-1 as earlier today, as we said. Manchester City only managing to draw against Crystal Palace, which is good news for us. Just need to keep going as we are. We're going to come straight back. We're going to play Barnsley in the Carabao Cup third round in the next episode. Then we will do Burnley offline, but have the goal highlights from that one. And the second game of the next episode will be the game against Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League phase. Match day 2, and as it currently stands, we are top of that table. Can we get a result against Paris Saint-Germain? It's going to be difficult because it's their place as well. Come and find out how we get on. Join me for the next episode. It should be rather interesting. We do hope you've enjoyed today's episode, though. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification button, because it keeps you up to date with all future episodes of Irons in the Fire and our other series from the bottom to the top. And if you leave me a comment, it will all help as well. So big thank you for that. New episodes of Irons in the Fire released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on this channel is to follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideFM. Hope to see you for the next episode. It'll be episode number 28. It's out on Monday. It's those 2 games. It's the Carabao Cup third round against Barnsley. And then we have a match against Paris Saint-Germain. Don't miss it. Till next time. Bye-bye.